So I've been using the Vantrue system for quite some time now for recording my dash cam footage inside of the vehicle and also outside of the vehicle. And just recently it wouldn't charge, so I had to order a hardwire kit so I can wire it to my fuse box. That's on the way. It's probably coming in a couple of days, and once that does come in, I will be able to just directly, without connecting it to a cigarette lighter port, connect it and start it up once my vehicle starts up. So here's my Vantrue right now. It's currently wired up top through here, and then it goes all the way around here and then into my cigarette lighter. But let me show you. See, it's not working. Like normally when I start it up, there's a light that comes on right there, and I would be able to see that light was giving power to it, but for whatever reason, it's not working. So looking at the cord here, it looks like one of these thicker micro USB kind of devices. So, I mean, I have some more cables like this. I'm gonna see if there's any other cables that I could substitute for this in the meantime. Maybe power it up and hook it up to my power bank. All right, so here's the connector that I have, and it leads to a USB connection like this. So I'm gonna see if this is gonna help. Okay, so if I had it here in, hey, that's powering it on. So that's a good way to keep the power on to it just portably. Maybe I don't have to have the hard wiring kit after all. Let me see something here. I'm gonna plug in my key to the car. Okay, and then see if that it can just power off one of these ports right here too. Not this port, but let's see, probably one of these ports down here though. Hey, it's powering on. That's neat. Okay, good to see that that works also. Kind of sloppy wires, but it works. It works. It's kind of blipping in and out the video quality. I wonder if it's because of the power connection though. So to get some good video capture and power supply that's constant without having to have the wire mess and having to worry about the power cutting off because of the cord that broke, I ordered this kit, okay? It's available on Amazon. It's made by Vantrue. It's specifically geared for the camera. It's in this baggie here with these electrical cords, the fuse connectors, and then there's a multiple variation of cords that you can get here in this little baggie here. See, this is gonna go to the fuse box, and then this is like the hardware kit for it, and this is the actual cord. So this should give it enough power if it's wired in directly to the fuse box. Now, one additional thing that I do recommend getting is a 256 gigabyte SIM card so that when you're recording footage on the road, you've got plenty of memory space to capture it on. The one that I had on there, the 62 gigabyte one, that one, it's not that big of a card. About a couple of hours of driving in and it'll fill up. So I think that this one will do much better. And I'll take a look at my footage once I'm connected up with this and I'm driving around to see if the loop recording works good on there, because the 62 gigabyte one that I had on there before, some of the loop recording didn't actually record onto the card, and I had to set it up in a mode where I had to erase the footage once the footage was all maxed out on that SIM card. All right, so I'm in my car now and I'm looking at the fuses that I can pull. I'm thinking that the rear windshield wiper, the 15A fuse, that one will be a good one to connect. So I'm gonna look for that over here, and looks like it'd probably be this big giant one right here. Says that it's a 5, it's not a 15. All of these say 5, but I wonder if it'd be a 15 because it's just such a big, wide fuse here. Let me go locate it inside of the fuse panel. Okay, I'm looking into here, and 15A is where it would be. I think that it's this one here. That's got to be it, the 15 one right there. So let me get a pair of pliers and then pull this out. Okay, here it is, the 15. And then you want to save this because you're going to be using it in this right here. You're going to be plugging this together into here. Okay, so I just have that plugged into there, and then I'm going to attach this wire here and then crimp it. So here's the wire to that one here. Then I got to ground this later. Okay, so I found how I'm going to go about it. There's a socket that I found here on the bottom left, and I'm going to unscrew this one here, and then once I unscrew that, I'm gonna just ground it to that wire here. This is a 2007 Toyota 4Runner that I'm working on. Okay, so I'm gonna take the wire that's gonna go to the camera, feed it through the top, and then just pull this through here. And then, once that's all the way through, I'll take this piece right here and just screw this back on tightly so that it's going to be grounded. Alright, and then once I got that wire, before I put it all up into the panels, I want to run a test to the camera. So let me connect this up and make sure that it is giving power. Okay, so I don't have the key in the ignition, but this is powered on. So now if I'm not in the car, my ignition's off, this will capture everything that's happening inside of the car. So whether I'm hit in the parking lot or whether I'm not in the car and I just want to capture footage because someone broke in and hopefully they didn't steal the camera too, then all of it will be available on this Vantrue. Now, as far as how much battery power that's going to consume, I don't think it's going to consume a lot of battery power. Honestly, this device, it's not going to take a lot of power to power it. I happen to see that my car won't start, then I'm sure I'll keep you updated and posted on a mistake that I did by wiring this. But as of right now, I drive my car at least once a day, and just the very process of driving it and having the alternator recharging my battery, I don't think that it's going to have much of an effect. Plus I got a portable jump starter pack, so I can just wire it to my car if ever I need it to be, or I could just unplug the thing if I'm planning to just be in one location for a long time too. The SIM card, the 256 gigabyte Vantrue SIM card, it didn't work. I tried to format it from the device and it didn't work. For some reason it's saying that the max capacity for this Vantrue Pro 2 is 32 gigabytes. Now I currently have a 64 gigabyte card in there. Maybe I have to format that card on my laptop and then put it back into this camera and try to run it that way. I think it's called the FAT32 file. And if that works, then I'll have a lot more storage space. But if not, I still got to just work with this loop recording or just format it as is. But wait, there's more. Okay, so I went online to Vantrue's website, and then I figured out that there's a firmware update that you can do for this 256 gigabyte SIM card. And once you did that update, what you do is you take the file that's on the website for your N2 Pro, and then you download it onto the 256 gigabyte card. And once you do that, the camera will then properly display the footage. It will record, it will format. So now I am happy. Now I'm getting the true 256 gigabytes of storage space onto here. I can drive probably about 6 hours with this recording and capture any kind of footage that's going to be happening on the road. I'm happy. Anyways, thank you for watching my tutorial of how to install this hardwire to the Vantrue.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up, open the park pot.